Hi everyone, welcome to Tidbit Tuesday. Today we will be taking a look at how to create an anchor link. So this means instead of just linking to the top of a page, you can actually link to specific areas of content throughout the page. And in order to do this, you have to be willing to do just a little bit of coding. It's pretty simple though, so let's take a look at how you can do that. The first thing is going into the editing view of a page. I'm going to be using WordPress as the example today. If you have a different CMS, hopefully you have a similar solution as what I'm going to present. But instead of using the visual tab, which is what you're probably used to editing your content in, you want to actually select the text tab. And this will allow you to enter actual tags, so code elements, throughout the copy. Now the first thing you'll actually want to do after you get into the text tab editing view is to match up where you want your anchor link to be. So on the left side, I have an example from one of my blog posts, and I have a header called "Who is it for?" and I want to do an anchor link to that specific section. So over in the actual text tab view of this page in WordPress, I'm going to kind of scan through the content there, which will look a little bit different than usual. It looks a little bit more cluttered. So I'm going to scan through and look for that header tag, and then I can see, okay, there's my "Who is it for?" header, the other content, all right, that matches up. So now I found the spot where I need to actually enter the anchor tag. So that's going to be an A tag with an ID equal to whatever you want to actually call the anchor. So it's a bit arbitrary. This is something that just needs to make sense to you, and I also suggest you make it short and simple and related to the actual content section. So in this case, I used "who," since the section is "Who is it for?" and then I'm just going to close that tag off right away. Now that the actual anchor tag is in place, which I have, a more hashed out example that might be easier to read here on the screen now, once that is in place, I can actually go back up, in this case to the table of contents I created, and insert the actual text link. So I'm going to go find my table of contents and add that ahref equals to #who, have my link text, and then close off that tag. So basically what that is doing is it's creating a link around the text. So that's why we have the opening and closing tag on both sides of the actual text I'm using in the link. And then the href, so href equals, that's actually creating the link itself. And then the quotations around #who is saying, okay, go and find the anchor that has the ID "who." So it's creating the connection. So now I can actually have my text link that references back to the anchor we just created. And if you're in a situation where you actually need the URL instead, you can do that as well. So it's just going to be your normal page URL with your, regular / at the end, and then that hashtag with your ID. So in this case, the #who is at the end of the URL. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to have a link down to that blog post I referenced where I am actually using the anchor tags. I'll have that down in the comments if you want to kind of check out how that works. Feel free to pause, kind of go through this slideshow again, pause. I know this is kind of text heavy, so you can always go back and kind of copy the examples and test it out, see how it goes for you. Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, I will see you for our next Tidbit Tuesday.